If you guys like tree houses, please give me a hell yes. Well, there we go. Oh my gosh, well, I'm really excited to show you the work of 02treehouse that we've done thus far. It's kind of fun. I've been reflecting on building tree houses for the past 5 years. And when I was young, I was building tree houses like crazy. Neighborhood kids would come over. We'd actually go to construction sites, and we would pull materials from them in our trailers on our bikes, and go. And we would take it to the back of my house. I had a big plot of woods there. And as I was growing older, I was always working with my hands, so I ended up going to school for furniture design at Minneapolis College of Art and Design. Anybody from Minneapolis here? Okay, good. I go to school, and I put all this money into an awesome experience that I had there, and then I graduated. There were so many structures that, tree houses, I was doing research on tree houses that are built out of really heavy timbers. And it's like, why would you ever do that to a tree? And so some of the design requirements I had up front were build something that's very light, build something that is strong, build something that will fit in many trees, and of course have that kind of glow that you see in Avatar all the time. And that's where I started. It was actually originally a teepee shape like this, and I kept trying to figure out how to get the cables out of the interior of the space, and that's when the Buckminster Fuller geodesic sphere really came to me as the candidate that would be the best treehouse. There's many reasons why the geodesic sphere makes for a good treehouse. One of them is its strength. It's incredibly strong. You can hang it from any one of the points. Each point is just as good as the next point to hang it from. Also, because of the consistency of openings throughout the form, when you put it in when you put it in a deciduous tree, you have all these opportunities for the branches to enter and exit through the structure. To date, I have not had to customize any of the struts on any of the tree houses. They've all somehow fit seamlessly into that tree and kind of nested into a spot eventually. Another reason is that you can fit it in any tree. You can hang it in a deciduous, you can hang it in a single trunk tree, like here, one of the original design sketches. But you can also hang it in between trees. I think the batteries are broken. Okay, so there's a deciduous tree. You can hang in between trees. And then I took the concept further. I really wanted to see this treehouse become a place as an alternative way to live lofted, to live light in a tree. And so I thought, wow, I could do this. I could start building tree houses as a profession. And so I called the company 02treehouse as an oxygen, kind of fitting with Buckminster's Fuller, work on synergetics, and fitting with that idea that this could be something that saves oxygen creating engines through ecotourism and creating villages in the trees and things like that. There's a single trunk application. And so how do you do that? How would you, this grand vision of creating these villages and things like that, it's like kind of daunting, just out of school. I was trying to propose YMCA camps, and they laughed at me when I told them that I wanted to hang all their campers like 20 feet in a tree. That somebody just out of school, that's not good enough. But so I was able to build a few of the structures in Minneapolis, and move forward with that. And I got a call one day from Los Angeles from somebody that wanted 2 tree houses in Ropebridge, and I said, all right, I'll be there in a week, So I bought a van for, there's a diversity of the form of geodesics. 02treehouse. So I bought a van, and we loaded up about 2,500 pounds of materials into the van. And I got all my friends together. I said, okay, we're going out to Beverly Hills to build tree houses. Probably the last place I thought I'd end up being is in Los Angeles. Doing this. So we started out on our journey, and about 6 hours into the ride, we realized that something had gone horribly wrong. We all got onto the car. It seemed that the gas tank was leaking gas all over the expressway. Not a good way to start off a project. And then our radiator broke, and then we trashed several tires on the way out there. But we did make it out there. We finally made it out to Los Angeles, California, Beverly Hills, and we got there. And so this is the first project we did in Los Angeles, and it was 2 tree houses and a 55-foot long rope bridge hung 30 feet above the forest floor. And we completed that project. This is one of them, the Frequency 2 geodesic, the most common structure that we've built to date. And the diamond-shaped structure. And it was funny, I was standing in front of the house one day, coiling rope at the end of the day, and a neighbor walked up. And he says to me, what are you doing? Are you an arborist? Or you're building things, I see. I said, well, we're treehouse builders. We build custom tree houses. He said, really? Wow. All right, well, fantastic. I want tree houses. I have 2 kids. Can we do some design? I said, absolutely, we can. So we went up the road, and that's what we did. We built 2 tree houses for him. And let me get to those. Those are 2 tree houses outside the geodesic family, but still spherical in shape. And lo and behold, we get done with that project, and his neighbor finds out we're building tree houses. So it's comical at this point. And his neighbor ended up being Robbie Krieger, the guitarist from the Doors. I love the Doors, and it was quite amazing to be building for him. And Robbie wanted a tree house where he could watch the animals kind of come from the side of his property and meander in front and things. And so we built him a tree house as well. This is what it is. It's a Frequency 4 geodesic, 20-foot diameter, and there's 210 facets on that, and every one of them was painful to put together around the tree. But this tree actually, no customization, it slipped right through the tree. I don't know how, but it did work out like that. So at this point, our marketing strategy is basically to walk next door, ring the doorbell, excuse me, you're going to buy a tree house. But it really, got me thinking. Okay, this can work. Why are people so fascinated with tree houses? Not just my tree houses, but tree houses that other people are building. And through magazines and publications, I really started to understand that this is a fascination. This is an obsession of the world. And so, what I can say to that is that a tree house is a place for you to separate your schedules and your iPhones and things on the ground, and you go up there and you are cloaked by this tree, by this natural environment. And there's a certain intentionality that you have once you're in the tree house. It was almost a gallery space for viewing the tree. And so that's the vision of 02 Treehouse in the future. And moving forward is to create a set of components that can be flat packed, shipped to a different location, to an ecotourism location, where then they can take it and fill it in with their own materials. So for the floor and for the canopy and things. And they can then take these structures, hang them in the tree, their guests can stay there. But then you can also start docking the structures together in these crystalline forms that kind of flow through the forest. You can imagine this in the redwoods flowing through the forest. And so at that point, you're not taking the strength of one single tree in the forest, but you're taking the strength of multiple trees. You're taking the strength of the entire forest as a whole. And the real vision of 02 Treehouse is to create communities off the grid like this, where then you don't have to cut down the forest to make money from the wood, but you can utilize the forest for all of its natural beauties. And with that, thank you, and I'll click through the rest of these slides. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer.